Okay. All right. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, welcome everyone. This is another Bravolous Day. So, I'm Elaine Burks Mitchell, founder of the Bra Recyclers and our nonprofit arm, the Undie Chest. So, it's Bra Recycling Month, and our theme is empowering lives beyond circumstances. And we want to invite everyone to take part in our underground movement. So, our goal is 20,000 acts of support, which translates into us collecting over 20,000 bras and being able to reuse those to help support survivors of domestic violence and women who are breast cancer survivors. So I am so excited today because we're talking to one of our rock star recycling ambassadors, Libby Basile from Philly Rose Bra Studio in Madison, Connecticut. Hey, Libby.
Hi, Elaine. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's so good to have you. I am so excited to talk to you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here, and I'm really excited to talk to you. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, great. So I want to share a little bit about Libby.
Yeah.
So Libby founded Philly Rose because she wants to help people feel good under their clothes and to make bra shopping a positive, uplifting experience. So Libby served as an editor-in-chief for a top publication in the intimate apparel industry and spent more than 10 years building relationships with the best brands, learning the ins and outs of the best products and understanding how each style works with each unique body shape. So in March of 2024, Libby was diagnosed with breast cancer after her first mammogram. She underwent a double mastectomy and also reconstruct breast reconstruction. So this experience has given her firsthand experience with bra struggles women face before and after surgery. So, and also it gave her a renewed passion to help everyone find bras that fit their bodies and their lives. So the Philly Rose Bra Studio opened in 2021 and is now located in Madison, Connecticut. All fittings at the studio are by appointment, and guests get a one-on-one attention of a professional bra fitter for their entire visit. So in 2025, the Philly Rose Bra Studio was awarded the Best of Intima Best Social Media Activity Award. Yay! Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
So, welcome again. I am so excited to talk with you and learn more
Thank you.
about you and share your story. So, we're going to jump right into it. So, let's talk a little
Sure.
about your story. Libby Rose, love that name. It's such a beautiful name. So, what
Thank you.
inspired you to start Libby Rose, and what's your vision behind your studio?
Um, so I used to work for a lingerie magazine and I fell in love with the intimate apparel industry. I fell in love with the way bras made you feel. And I wanted to share that with other people. I think I kind of took that feeling for granted working in the industry. And then when I had kids, I started wearing nursing bras because I was nursing babies, and then continued to wear those nursing bras after I finished, and I sort of forgot that feeling of how great you felt when you were wearing beautiful bras for yourself. And I talked to my friends, and they were all doing the same thing. And I said, "Wait a minute, we can do better than this." And I knew that I had the background and the experience to help other women. So that's when I made the switch from working as an editor to working directly with women. I thought it would make a greater impact to help people shop for bras in a more productive way, a more comfortable way. And also, I think what I found talking to people was that there was a lack of education in the bra industry, that nobody knew what
Absolutely.
to buy, and that was why they weren't buying pretty bras, is because there was just, I go to the store and grab whatever. So,
Right.
helping people find that everyday bra, that solution in the right size, and help them find what feels great on them, it then opens the door for them to make other bra choices for themselves that maybe they wouldn't have thought of. And that's sort of when people start to have more fun with their bra wardrobe. And
Absolutely.
it's just really exciting to see people do that and to be the one to help them do that.
I totally agree. It's that lack of knowledge is out there still, which is just
Yes.
amazing to me. So, what do you love most about helping people discover undergarments that make them feel confident and seen?
It's definitely that feeling when you're in the fitting room with them and you see their face light up when they put that bra on.
Mhm.
I'm just that's the whole reason why I'm there. There's a huge transformation that happens from the beginning of the appointment to the end. And a lot of people, almost everybody, if it's their first fitting, comes in a little nervous, a little apprehensive, a little guarded. They don't know me yet. We're strangers, and they know they're about to take their shirts off and stand in front of the mirror. It's a very vulnerable thing to do.
It is.
So it's really exciting to witness that moment when they put on that bra and you see their face light up and you see them becoming comfortable in my presence, becoming comfortable in their own bodies, and seeing that it was really these a great bra that fits them, make that moment happen.
Right. Well, what do you think kind of drives that apprehension? Because, we go out and we'll do fittings for, women in
Yeah.
transitional programs and shelters, and they are so excited. Most of them, again, have never had a fitting.
Yeah.
So they're just so excited when we can just get them in something that's comfortable. But what do
Yeah.
you find? I mean, you're working with women that aren't in transition or in shelters. What do you find is that apprehension of just getting fitted?
I think there's a lot of things. I think for every person it's different, but we all have a lot of baggage. No matter who you are, no matter what your story is, there's usually something there. And I think that it is, especially with bra fitting, is that we are forced to face ourselves in the mirror with our shirts off. And so a lot of times, I think one of the first things that I learned in bra fitting is that we're not just fitting your bra, it's the whole body. And so I'll get a bra that fits on someone and look at them and my jaw will drop and oh my God, it's amazing. And
Right.
you'll see them look at it and then kind of go, oh, but look at my stomach, or oh, look at
Yes.
my back fat, and oh, you know what? It's great, but I don't like. I wish I didn't have this too. And so, really, always try to bring the focus back on how all those things are so normal. We're human beings, and
Yeah. And we're not perfect.
we're
None of
not
us.
perfect. And now the bra is perfect, but
Right.
and I think that literally and figuratively, you're getting undressed in front of another person, and
True.
that is very vulnerable for everybody. And really, only the first appointment. After that, everyone's like, where we rock and roll, and there that a lot of those vulnerabilities have kind of eased away. So that's
Yeah.
a huge honor to be able to
It
build
is.
that relationship.
It is. Share maybe a story, a bra fitting story of what the client you've had that really kind of reminded you that, man, I am doing the right thing. I'm in the right place. Because sometimes there's just those stories that stick with you, and
Yeah.
that just make such an impact. Can you share one of those stories with us?
Yeah, so we just finished back to school bra fittings
Mm.
in the month of August. We invited teachers and teens and tweens in for mini complimentary back to school fittings. And well, it's not even just one particular fitting, but that whole experience was
Yeah.
so remarkable because we had a lot of teens come in. Some of them were gung ho, like, "Oh my God, can I just wear my bra? I'm so excited!" And these girls were, "Oh, I just came from theater class," and they were, "Mom, take a video of me," and I was like so excited. And then we also had teens that were a little bit more apprehensive about the
Hmm.
experience, and oh, my mom made me come here, and
Hmm.
didn't want to make eye contact, and at the end of the appointment, to hear them say that wasn't as bad as I thought was just um really amazing. And it felt really, especially with that age group,
Oh,
um
absolutely.
because I know it's just I'm not on their level, right? Where it's not like peers. Sometimes with women,
Yeah.
where we're around the same age, so we have that sort of relationship going for us. But when I have younger kids, I kind of have to feel like I work a little bit harder to make them think I'm cool and, and worth listening to. And so to earn their trust is makes me feel like I'm job well done. But also, I think it's really powerful for me to see that because I know that we're meeting those girls at the start of their bra wearing career.
Yes.
And I'm just so glad that now, I get to show them, here's all the options that you have. You don't have to wear an underwire, but I want you to know it exists, and this is a safe place for you to
Exactly.
try it on. And I said, what do you think about it? And I go, I don't know. I go, well, just put it on. We won't even tell anybody. You don't have to tell
Right.
anyone, but just put it on
Right.
and like figure out how it works. And we can, play with the straps and the hooks and just feel it in your hand so that you know what this is. And you may not want it right now, but in a couple years or a couple years after that, you'll know it exists and you'll know what you do need when you're ready for it. And I feel like that is
Absolutely.
so important. And it's a
Yeah.
key step that a lot of women who come to me older have never had. And, people
Absolutely.
come in, I'm 70 and I've never had a bra that fits.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, well, that's all right. We'll get you now. But to be able to help teens in their
Yeah. Start them
13, 14,
early.
15
Start them
feels really
early,
good.
educate them. I agree. No,
Yeah,
that's great. I know we'll talk little bit more about fitting with younger girls in a few minutes too. I want to kind of transition and talk a little bit about your journey and
sure.
your journey with being a breast cancer survivor. So I'm
Yeah,
so glad that you're a survivor and that you're with us to share your testimony. So as I said
me
at the
too.
beginning, Bra Recycling Month is coincides with Breast Cancer Awareness Month and Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And for those of us who follow you on social media, we were able to kind of see you go through your journey. So I want to just personally thank you for being so open and sharing so much of that because it's very personal, I know. And I think you're in such a unique position as a professional in the intimate apparel industry because now you're a breast cancer survivor and you've gone through those changes in your body and the relationship with a bra because that changes as
Mhm.
we'll talk
Yeah.
about. And
Yeah.
I think there's so many people that don't understand how a woman's relationship with their bra and undergarments change when they've been diagnosed with breast cancer. So can you talk a little bit about how that relationship changes from your own experience, just being diagnosed and going through having a mastectomy and reconstruction?
Yeah. It was definitely a transition and there's a lot of different stages to it, especially with a breast cancer diagnosis. It
Yeah.
all kind of happens really fast. So a lot of times you're making decisions and not you don't have a lot of time to process everything.
Right.
So in that moment, I'm just worried about making my body healthy. Like let's whatever the doctors and the surgeons recommend, what is the most impactful course of treatment, that's what I want to do. And so I kind of initially wasn't making choices based off what is my body going to look like after. And someone did mention that was some advice someone gave me was, I understand that you're scared and you want to, do everything that you can, but also keep in
Right.
mind, you know, that that's a decision for now. You want to also make a decision for down the road. And so thankfully, my surgeons were amazing
That's
and they steered me in the right direction based off all of the decisions I had to make. If I was going to do a single mastectomy, a double mastectomy, my surgeon suggested doing tissue expanders and then having an additional surgery 3 months later to swap the expanders for implants. So that was something some people will have the mastectomy and go right to implants. And my surgeon said that he doesn't like to do that because it's a lot of stress on the body. And he
okay.
also said that we're just guessing on what size the implants should be. So he likes to use the tissue expanders and then we would fill them up. And I got to say, yeah, this looks good. Or no, like a couple more fillings. So that process, I think kind of helped me transition into that new body
Yeah.
slowly.
Yeah.
I woke up from surgery and I had tissue expanders that were completely empty and my chests were concave and
Yeah.
all wrinkly and scary. So
Yes. I
it
can
was a
imagine.
scary moment and I just didn't look at it and
Hmm.
couldn't even really take a shower at that point, you know. So, but as the fills went on, I got to see myself coming back into a more recognizable body
Hmm.
and got to like try on my clothes with this new
Yeah.
body. And I think one of the things that was really helpful to me in coming to accept my new body the way that it was putting beautiful brows on it.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
say my surgeon did an amazing job. I'm very happy with the outcome. He really helped set my expectations for what breast reconstruction would look like.
Okay.
So I felt that when we got to that final phase, I thought they looked better than he promised me. So I'm very
That's great.
happy with
Yeah.
that. And but I think for me, wearing bras, I love bras. So
Right.
trying on beautiful bras with my new body was a really exciting thing to do.
Wow.
And instead of sort of focusing on, I've lost a body part, I'm not the same as I used to be, I've got scars now.
Yes.
I got to say like, wow, I can fit into this bra that I never used to be able to wear that brand because I was a little bit smaller than I was now. And get to like try different things on that wouldn't have worked for me in the past. So that was really exciting. And I really focused on that. And I will say that I have times when I do miss my old body. You know,
Mm.
I don't, it's not like this has been an easy road.
Right.
And while I will say I definitely am pleased with my results, there's definitely times where, you know, breast reconstruction doesn't look like normal breast and it
Right.
doesn't look like breast augmentation either.
Right.
So, there's definitely times where, you know, I'll look in the mirror and kind of say, oh man, wish this didn't happen to me. But I think when that feeling comes up, I just try to remember that I had my real breasts
Hmm.
for, you know, 30 years, 30 something, 20 something years. And
Right.
I've only had these for about a year. So I have to give myself time to,
That's a great
um,
mindset. Amazing
yeah.
mindset. I think, and I applaud you for that. It sounds like you had, I think one of the things that I heard is that you had great support in your medical team. So
Yeah.
that I think makes a big difference too. I think a lot of times all women don't have that, or they don't have the amazing, after effects that you had. So that's great that you had that in place. I know I was fortunate enough to take a class in terms of how to fit women with mastectomy bras and prosthesis, and that was so eye-opening for me.
Yeah.
And some of the ladies that were in the class that came in that allowed us to fit them, they didn't have such a good result from their surgery. And it was just, for again, initially that's that shock. And it's like when you see that and you see that something that's kind of got botched. But then again, you put on that hat where I want to help this woman feel a little bit
Yeah.
more normal again. And getting into a bra, it's interesting. I've heard a woman say it brings her, it brings back some normalcy in
Yeah.
her life, because of the changes that she's just gone through. So I'm so glad that you had a good experience, but all women don't have that experience. And especially someone like you who has a shop, you can help those type of women who don't have a great experience.
Yeah, and I would definitely say that when I get to work with people who have had any kind of reconstructive surgery or breast surgery, everyone's different. Everyone has
Yes.
different stories, different diagnoses, different medical histories. So there's a lot of variables that go into it.
Yes.
And that's so all the results are different. I mean, our bodies are all different to
Yeah,
begin with.
they are.
So I think that's always been my biggest advice to those women is that um putting on like getting fit in a bra that makes you feel good is definitely going to help bring you a little bit closer to feeling more like
Yeah.
yourself, I think. Especially when you leave the hospital and you're in those early days of
Yeah.
recovery, you're in a really clinical bra. And it's got a job to do, and a job is not necessarily to make you feel pretty.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
it's important, But a lot of times people will come to me and they're still in that bra. They've been wearing that bra for a long time.
Yeah.
And I've been lucky to partner with a lot of surgeons who will send their patients to me and say, okay, now you're ready. Go see the bra lady. And
Oh,
she'll
good.
so I'm glad that surgeons are telling their patients that, but I think sometimes in some situations that's not really a conversation that comes up in the exam room because they're focused on your health and your
Health.
breast health, and a
Exactly.
lot of the emotional stuff doesn't really get talked about at those appointments. So I'm really
Yeah.
glad that there are doctors who are saying, here's kind of like your next step. You're
Yes.
graduating now.
Yeah.
And I think that some women may even think that now that they've had breast surgery, this is really the only bra that they can wear. And it's not true. There's
Not
so
true.
many different bras that
Yeah.
you can wear. And they don't have to be post-mastectomy bras,
True. That's
Not they
true.
don't even have to be non-underwire. Some
Right.
women and lots of surgeons are happy to recommend wired bras. So
Right.
I know
Right.
for me, that was a really exciting step to step away from those clinical bras.
Mhm.
And at that time, those, 6 months after surgery, I needed a comfortable bra. I needed a soft bra. My body
Right.
was tender everywhere. My whole emotions were tender, right? So I needed
Yes.
something that I felt like a cocoon was cocooning me, and even after that, I was sort of like afraid I was going to break them, having these new
Hmm.
implants, like if someone hugs me too hard, are they going to pop? Like silly
Right.
things like
Right.
that. And
Right.
oh, I can't lie, like had to readjust to like how I was going to sleep at night. Am I going to squish them if I
Right.
sleep on my stomach or something? So, I needed a bra that made me feel supported, but still kind of protected. And then from those 6 to 12 months after that, oh, okay, now we can put those away.
Right.
And it was almost like kind of like maternity clothes. Like I don't want to wear those again. They did their job. I want to wear something
Yeah.
that's not a surgical bra. And so it's really exciting to help people graduate from those bras
Right.
into their new bra wardrobe.
I'm glad you're there to help because I think that's it's something that I think people who haven't gone through this journey or know a family member or friend who has gone through it, they don't know all these different steps
Yeah,
that
yeah,
have to be taken to kind of get back to even wearing just a regular bra, like I said, a non-surgical bra or the
yeah.
post-surgery bra. So, in your opinion, are there what can the lingerie industry do better in terms of helping breast cancer survivors in terms of access, design, empathy? What do you think can be done better to help support breast cancer survivors?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there is a lack of education about, what we should be wearing.
Yep.
I think that because I work in the bra industry, I
Hmm.
kind of focused on that category for myself. I was able to, ask, well, when can I wear an underwire again? And what kinds of bras can I wear and not wear? And like questions like, do I need it to hook in the front? Like I'm able to do
Yeah.
this now. Why do I need the front hook bra? And so I think in education. I definitely think we need more options too. There's a lot of brands that do make post-surgical bras.
Hmm.
Ana Ono is doing so much for women who are survivors, previvors, thrivers. She makes amazing bras and does a lot for advocacy for patients.
Yeah.
But I think that we need more options within that category of, bras that are like that clinical bra, but also feel like your real bra. And that's sort of
Yes.
where Ana Ono fits for me is that that was the first, I wore her post-surgical bra. And then when I was done with that, I moved into her next collection of lacy mesh bras. And I thought like, okay,
Mm.
I'm taking care of my body, but I feel like a real person. And
Right.
I would try on some non-wired bras from other brands that weren't post-surgical, and there
Mhm.
were little differences that I think made them less comfortable. Not wide enough on the sides where I had like drain scars and lymph nodes. I had lymph nodes removed, so I was a little tender on
Sure.
the side. So
Yeah.
some of the non-wired bralettes were just didn't have enough coverage on the side, or they didn't have enough technology inside the cup for supporting these
Right.
brand new implants.
Right.
And so I do wish that there were more options for post-surgical women and also more education. I just wish
Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
we could have a across the board,
Right.
post-surgical or not, I wish there was more education
When you
across the
think
board.
about it too, it used to be so taboo to even kind of talk
Yeah.
about it, or when you went into a department store, like the mastectomy bras were in the back,
Yeah.
So it that was so interesting. And now it's like, they whisper, oh, you want mastectomy
Yeah.
bra. So it's now at least a little bit more out there. I think the designs have changed probably for the better over the last, 20 years or so, but you're right,
Yeah.
there's still a long way to go in
Yeah.
terms of design and education that we need to
And
have.
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that more younger women are getting diagnosed
Yes.
with breast cancer and they're speaking about it. I've worked with older um, mastectomy patients who are, oh, I can't tell anyone
Yep.
about this, or no, 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 I'll try it on myself. I don't want your help.
Yep.
And then I have younger women. There's just like a different a different generation has a different, it's not as taboo. We talk more about these
We do.
things.
Yeah.
And
Well,
there's people sharing their journeys on social media. So it's sort of that, I think, whole movement. I mean, unfortunately, more younger women are getting diagnosed with breast cancer, but
yes.
because they're sharing it more, they're giving other women the opportunity to have a voice too. So I think that all of that will go towards education, and that more people are hearing more stories. So I think that it'll lead to more options out there, more
I hope so.
accessible options
Yes.
out there.
I hope so. No, that I totally agree with you. The more we talk about it, the more we can help educate people and help people support survivors too.
Yeah.
I think that is key
Yeah.
too. So they can understand what they need to emotionally support a breast
Yeah.
cancer survivor. So okay, so let's shift a little bit. So you have been one of my rock star recycling ambassadors
Yeah.
for a while now. I remember when
Yes.
we first started, you were just online, and then you
Yeah.
decided to open a storefront. So I remember we were so excited when you joined us. So, talk a little bit about kind of what made you want to become a bra recycling ambassador.
So, like for me, what it was that I realized that so many women do not know how to find the correct bra for themselves. And as I started working in a more affluent community, that women of means were able to afford bras, but still didn't know what to buy. And
Okay.
so as and I think I met you, we talked, and what came up was like, most women have drawers full of bras with the tags on them.
Yes. Yeah.
And I just thought like, well, there's so many women that don't have any bras at all,
Right.
and
Right.
can't afford bras. And here's women who have more bras than they need.
Absolutely. Yep.
So like for me, that was part of the reason, was that I realized with my business, how can I help more people than just my customers? And so I think
Absolutely.
partnering with the bra recyclers, like knowing that you do events, knowing that you are doing fittings on whatnot, and not just distributing bras, but helping them find the right
Yes.
size.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've done too through the bra recyclers. I've gotten to, receive some of those donations that we've
Yep.
collected and do fittings at group homes and
Mhm.
um, housing for youth that are kind of like in between foster
Yeah.
care.
Yes.
and
That's a
and
big
that's
one.
been so amazing to be able to take all of those bras that I've had my customers donate to me. Victoria's Secrets with tags on them
Yep.
that
Absolutely.
didn't
Yep.
fit. Though this is what the lady at the store told me I hate it. And so we were
Yes.
able to take those and do fittings for people. And as I mentioned earlier about working with teens, when you see I got to see those faces light up. And
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
remember one girl that we got to work with came in like hunched over like this, and then she walked out standing up straight, and
Oh,
it just
yes.
felt really nice to like see that physical transformation and
Yeah,
know
it makes
that
a big difference. And then just, with some of the ladies that we've have fitted, just seeing that the bra they've had for like 5, 6 years, and it's just
yeah,
holding it, it might be tied or pinned
yeah,
together just to keep it up. And just to see them, like you said, just their whole demeanor and their posture just changes, when they
yeah,
get something that fits them. And just, I think people don't understand how important a bra is to a woman, particularly if you don't have one.
yeah.
So it
Hmm.
just means the world. You just feel better about yourself, and particularly even with younger girls. And we'll talk about that too with our program we work with schools. But how do your customers react with, being able to bring in their bras? Is that something they're like, oh my God, thank finally
Oh yeah.
someone. Yeah.
They love it. They love, I mean, like sometimes I'm like, okay, hold on. I gotta hold on a minute. But most people have more bras than they know what
Yes.
to do with that
Yes.
usually that don't fit. But also too, the when people come in for their initial fitting, they're like way off with their size, and
Absolutely.
that's why they came in. They're unhappy in their bras, and they realize like, oh, I'm actually not a 36B. I need to be in a 32 triple D. And so we go through bra education, and I teach them, that a triple D isn't really that big, and why
That's
it's different
right.
from the 30, how it's kind of the same but a little bit different, and here's what it's doing. And they're like, oh my God, I never would have bought this on my own. I never would have just walked
That's
into a
right.
store. And they're like, well, and I think sometimes they'll come in expecting to just kind of get a refresh, or, maybe it's just a different bra that I need, and she'll tell me which one it is. We get the whole new size, and then they kind of go, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
what a it'll hold up the bra they came in with. What can I just throw this away?" I'm
Absolutely.
like, "No, no, no.
Yep.
I got you. We're gonna donate it to someone in need." So they're okay, great. I'm
Absolutely.
coming back. And then they'll
Yeah.
always come back with bags of bras. So,
That's great. I'm so
yeah.
glad that yeah, because it's that kind of that aha moment, like, oh, I can do something with these, and oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's great. So talk a little bit about, we know that the whole circular fashion thing is a big thing, but in the lingerie industry, I think is very important. I think that's anytime I talk to anyone about what we do, first, I think a lot of people don't feel they can even recycle and reuse bras. Now
Yeah.
underwear, like you said, is a whole different story. Uh,
Yeah.
but bras, I think, is something that people don't think about. So, why do you think it's so important, but why is it so often overlooked?
Yeah, well, I think it is that sort of idea of underwear. Like it's
Hmm.
still in the underwear category, so
Yeah.
I don't think that a lot of people are thinking about it. And
Hmm.
I also think that a lot of consignment stores or thrift stores, when they take donations, bras and underwear are not included.
Right.
Or it's like only new underwear, new socks, so I think
Yep.
that a lot of times people are like, oh, great, I've got these bras, but no one will take them.
True. Very
And
true.
and so I think that that's really important. And they'll even kind of hold up their, well, even this really, really loved one. It's like, well, no, that's okay too. I was explaining to them how the bra recyclers works with different organizations,
Yeah.
and all the bras are sorted. So based on each organization's specific
Yes.
requirements, those bras are going somewhere and they're staying out of
Right.
the landfill, which is the
Right.
most
Yeah,
important
that
part.
is our goal, is to try to keep them in circulation. And then we do work with a textile upcycler too. If we can recycle them, we want to try to do that. Bras are so tricky
Yeah.
because of all the parts and pieces. But again, our goal is to keep them in circulation, and if possible, if they can be torn apart, and use the fabric to do that too. But yeah, we try to do our best. But I know it's tricky, and people just don't understand that they can
Yeah.
do it. But I'm so glad that with our ambassadors, what has helped is that they're really helping us get that word out that
Yeah.
yes, no, you can bring them in, just bring them in, no
Yeah.
matter what they look
Yeah.
like, just bring them in. And
Yeah.
that makes a big difference to have you guys helping us get that word out. So we're excited that you guys are doing that. So let's shift again. I want to talk a little bit about your advice on fit. And now we're going to go back to talk a little bit about too with girls. But what are some of the most common things that women get wrong in terms of about bras and how bras should fit? And so, what are some of your tips that you give?
Okay. Right away, right off the bat, people don't understand how cup sizes work, and it's not their fault.
It's
It's
not.
nobody's told us, and some of those big box retailers have even kind of like driven home the messaging that a D cup is like
Oh yes,
huge, just D, or that the D is just the D alone is your size.
yes,
That your size, your bra size is a cup size, and that's just not true. So right away, one of the first things we explain is a D is not the same on every band size. And I'll hold up a
absolutely.
32D and a 42D and they like jaw drops and it's this like what,
Yes,
And I
and
kind
they're
of have to do
shocked.
that
They're like, "Oh my
because
God, no!" Yeah,
yeah, no, I've never been a D. And I'm
I've
like, well,
never been. Yeah,
no, you haven't been wearing a D, but you didn't
exactly.
like it. So
Yeah,
that's definitely the biggest one. And it is a little bit of a sort of like disclaimer on my end because I
yeah,
know I'm probably going to fit 90% of people who walk through the door in a D or up.
are
So
up.
I got to prepare them for when I tell them that
Yeah, it's
letter.
sometimes you don't even tell them that
Yeah.
if it's above a D because they're like, I would never wear a G or an H.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't even know
it's
that
a,
existed, they say.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
someone tell me that the other day. I'm like, a G cup? I've never even heard of a G cup. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So I always try to put them in a whole bunch of bras. We find this size. Look, what am I? What am I? Well, hold on, we're still working. We're still working. And then oh, do you see how this lies flat here? And look at how nothing's spilling out here. And oh, raise your arms up. Oh, look, it didn't move. And they're like, oh yeah, this feels so good. Try your shirt on. And
yes.
they're like, oh, that your is a 36G. And, oh, what? And I'm like, I know, but it fits you great. Like, look at all those points that we talked about. And they go, oh, yeah, you're right. So,
It
we
is
we talk about that at the
amazing.
end of the appointment if they're interested, but that's definitely, I think, the biggest advice is to,
Not
you
worry
know,
about that letter.
yeah, so I say forget about the letter. It's just a ratio. It's not your size. It's also not your identity. You are not a D
True.
cup.
That's true.
You are not an A cup doesn't mean you're less of a woman. A
Right.
triple D cup doesn't mean you're
True.
too much woman.
True.
It's just a ratio of how
Right.
much volume there is, and it doesn't mean anything.
I totally agree. One of the things I know we started talking about earlier is, working with younger girls. And that was a big thing for me with when we started the Undie Chest, which is our nonprofit arm. One of the reasons we started that is because we wanted to start working with the schools. And so we have a program called Everyone Deserves Underwear, where we're partnering up with school nurses and the teachers to get bras into our schools.
Cool.
And we know for me it was kind of an aha moment for working with girls when we got a call from a teacher a girl was just in distress about being bullied and teased because she was so large. And again, it's such an awkward time, that puberty is such an awkward time, and
Yeah.
girls are developed such an early age now. And we're seeing that they're woman sizes, they're not girl sizes, they're woman
Yeah.
sizes in sixth, fifth, sixth grade. So
Yeah.
you talked a little bit about this. What advice do you have for moms who are helping their daughters shop for their first bra and how to navigate that, particularly those where you're seeing the young girls are a little bit
Yeah.
larger than their classmates, and how
Yeah.
do you navigate and provide advice around that?
Yeah. Uh, for me, I think that the most important thing to do if you're um, trying to make bra shopping a positive experience for those younger girls is I think it's the most important thing. Everybody has these horror stories about their first bra fitting, and
Hmm.
that's not necessary.
Nope.
So I think that you can make the experience positive in so many different ways, like finding a nice store to go to, finding a fitter who has, empathy
Yes.
for young women, finding a space that has something that a comfortable space and nice options. A
Yes.
girl's not going to want to go into a store that has old lady bras, So you
Yes.
gotta bring them somewhere that they feel like, all right, like this is cool. Maybe do it with your friends, have
Yes.
two girls go together because now they're having this like positive, like fun bonding experience that they can share rather than like, oh my God, my mom's making me go. Get Starbucks on the way home or,
Right.
stop for lunch. Like it's a girls' day. We're gonna go shopping and go to your favorite place for lunch, and this is gonna be fun. But I think one of the most important things is that mom has to talk about bras in a positive way too.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
if she hates bras, her daughters are going to hate bras too because that's how you're
Absolutely.
talking around the house. So I think it really starts at home. You have to reframe the way that you talk about bras. They shouldn't be taboo. They're
True.
not bad. It's
Right.
not a bad thing to start wearing one. It's, oh, don't talk about that in front of
Right.
at the dinner table. It shouldn't be that type of thing.
Hmm.
Um, you should let your daughter see you in your bra. Let your
Yes.
daughter know that you're comfortable in a bra. And if you're not, then you get yourself a bra fitting first,
Yeah. Or take
and
her
then
with
bring
you
your
too.
daughter
Maybe
back.
take her with you so she
Yeah,
can see what the
exactly. Take her
process
with
is.
you and let
Hmm.
her watch the experience. A lot of times moms are coming and they're like, okay, my daughter needs a bra fitting. And they're watching going, oh, I got to come back for myself. A lot of times mom's already been in and she's like, this is great. Do you do teens too? And then comes back. And so I think that I'm so thrilled in both scenarios
Yeah.
that the teens are coming in, and moms are coming in. But I think that really having a talking about bras positively in front of young girls, and even introducing them to bras before they need one.
Yes.
It,
Absolutely.
and then as they develop, they'll need a different bra. But now it's
Hmm.
not horrifying. It's really scary to go from nothing to an
Yes.
underwire if all of a sudden you're a 30G overnight.
Yes.
But if you've been
Exactly.
wearing, you started off with a crop top style bra
Yep.
and then maybe transitioning to still a wireless bra that's soft and comfy but has adjustable
Hmm.
straps and a hook and
Hmm.
eye. Like, all right,
Hmm.
now you're getting the feel of how these bras work, how
Yes.
to wear them under your clothes, which bra is going
Yeah.
to work with which shirt. Oh, I might need a convertible bra for this
Yep.
style or this sport. And now as we start to develop a little bit, it's like, oh, okay, that this one that she showed me with the underwire gives me a little bit more
That's
support,
right.
maybe looks a little bit different than the one I was wearing before. And then
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's great advice. I know with my younger nieces who, with the training bras, even getting them in those, they feel older, feel like
yeah,
growing
yeah,
up, and then, then moving towards some that have a little bit of a lining because again, their nipples are starting to, so,
yeah,
that just doing those baby steps and getting them
yeah,
comfortable with it. I think you're right. It's and then talking, like I say, it doesn't hurt. It's fun. I mean, this is all part of growing up and feeling
yeah.
like a big girl.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
That it's
I think that
fun
helps.
and not this scary thing. I always ask, like, do your friends have bras? Do you guys talk about them? And some,
Hmm.
yeah, no. Everyone's always in different stages. But I think like I've heard girls say, oh, sometimes the boys will flick my bra straps, and so that's why I always ask,
Yes.
what's the deal at school?
Yep.
Is this okay? Are people being teased for wearing bras?
Hmm.
And I think that kind of helps sort of guide the shopping experience
Yeah.
because some people like may be afraid of getting teased about wearing in a
Right.
bra. And so
Right.
try to focus on the discreetness of it. But also,
Right.
it's not bad, but you know, you can't really control what happens
True.
when, how other people react to you.
Right. Exactly.
I think we try to meet them where they are. And I never am trying to force anything on anyone, but I think just give them an opportunity to start thinking about some of these topics differently.
I totally agree. So, what would you do to kind of encourage women who either haven't been fitted in years or ever? What would you encourage them? How do you encourage them to come in and get fitted and just kind of smooth it over a little bit? Like this is a great experience. We're going to get you into something that's going to make you feel good. What do you do to kind of encourage women to get fitted when they come in?
Yeah, what I do is I really focus on how they feel in their bra. And I use a lot of different analogies. I think that because there's been a lot of education, sorry, a lack of bra
Yeah.
education, people don't know, they don't really think about their bras. So try to use a lot of analogies. Like, you know that feeling when you leave the salon after you got your hair cut? And they're
Yes.
like, oh yeah, oh I love that. Like that's how a new bra feels. And people don't think about that new bra feeling because they're not doing it often. Or I'll talk about our shoe wardrobes. I think there's
Mhm.
this sort of misconception that we just need one bra and that's it. And that one bra has to do everything. It has to
Yes.
work under strapless dresses. It has to work for sports. It has to work for a wedding next weekend. And it has to feel like a pair of sweatpants. And then we'll try on bra after bra after bra. And like, no, this one does that and this one does that. And I think, but you don't have one pair of shoes for every single thing you do.
True. True.
And some would go, well, yeah, I really okay, but if you're gonna go skiing, you're gonna wear ski boots. If you go to the
Absolutely.
beach, you're gonna wear flip-flops. Bras are the same way.
The same way.
And they go, oh, wow, yeah. Like I never thought about that. So I think that then encourages them to, move from that. Let me just go to the department store. Let me go to the big box store and just grab a bra.
Yes, that's
Like it's a
unfortunate.
grocery item,
Yep,
like I
it
need
is
some milk and
unfortunate.
I need a new bra.
Yep, yep,
That like let's think about it differently. This is like think of it more like the way you would buy shoes. Think about how do they feel on
yeah,
you?
yeah,
What are you going to do in these shoes? Are you going to go for a run? Are you going to run a marathon? Okay,
true.
not those. Wear these.
And you're not the same
And
size as you were in high school.
yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I'm a runner, so I know I like got to look for different things now because my feet hurt more than they did
Yes,
before. So I
yep,
have to put in special consideration, maybe spend a little bit more money, invest a little bit more time going to the store to have them size me and fit me. And then when I go out for my runs, I'm like, okay, my feet, thank you. And
yep,
our bras are very similar. I always ask people, what are you going to do in these bras? And oh,
yeah.
well, I don't think this one is going to work under those sundresses or that
That's
t-shirt.
true.
Well, you're
Absolutely.
right. You're going to wear this bra with the t-shirt. And then why do I need that one for? Well, this one has this beautiful lace pattern and I think your face lit up when you put it on. It made you feel great. That's really
Yes.
an important bra to own. So you're going to wear it under every other shirt that you have.
Right. No, that's a great point. And I think people don't realize that they're bras for different things or different
Yeah.
occasions or, based on what you're doing. It's just not something,
Yeah.
again, that's that education piece that you talked
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
before. That hasn't been there. And
Yeah.
we need to get there with that. So
Yep.
let's talk a little bit about kind of like your values and your vision. So you have a customer that comes in, you have some loyal customers. So like what message or how do you want people to feel after they leave Philly Rose, after visiting you and going through a bra fitting or you helping them get in the right bra, what do you want them to feel and how do you want them to feel?
I want them, after people leave Philly Rose, I want them to feel like they have a new bra best friend. So I want to build that relationship with them, build trust with them, because I think that bra shopping is something that is hard to do alone,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't have to do it alone. So I want to combine their preferences and their style with my expertise. So I don't really want I don't really strive for a relationship that's me telling people what to do. I think that is a little a stereotype people have of bra fitters that, oh,
Mhm.
this is what the lady told
Mhm.
me. And I
Mhm.
just, and that's, I think, where the education comes in is that I try to explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it with the disclaimer that don't worry, you don't have to remember this. That's my job.
Right.
But I want them to know, like, I just told you the letter G and here's why. I didn't just say
Yeah.
that just because. So I like to, walk them through the process with me, with the understanding that they don't have to remember it all.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really does help build a lot of trust with
Mhm.
customers and really help make us bra besties. And I think that that's how I want people to feel like they want them to leave feeling like they've been seen, that they've been
Yeah.
understood, and that they've been well
Yeah.
taken care of, that the decisions that we were decisions we made together and not um, just something that I told them.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. So, as we wrap up, so complete this sentence for me. So, a
Oh.
bra is not just a bra, it's
A bra is not just a bra, it is your confidence.
mm, yeah, I like that. That makes a lot of sense. No, I appreciate all that you've shared, Libby, and it's you we could talk forever. I know about
I
bras,
know.
but tell us how people can get a hold of you if they want to come into your store or get a bra fitting. How can people get a hold of you?
You can find me on the web, the World Wide Web. My website is phillyrose.com. FILLYROSE.com.
Yay. Well, I hope everyone has enjoyed our conversation. And again, make sure you go out and check out Philly Rose's website. And if you're in that Madison, Connecticut area, make sure you drop by their store. And again, bra recycling month. So
Yes.
clean out those drawers. Philly Rose is also a drop off. We also have drop off locations on our
Yes.
website, thebrarecyclers.com. And for any other retailers out there who would like to be part of our ambassador program, give us a call, go to our website, or you can send me an email directly at contact us at brawrecycling.com. So thank you, Libby, again. We love you and thank you for being one of our Rockstar ambassadors. And we hope you have a bravolous day.
I sure will. Thank you so much, Lane. This was amazing, and it was so lovely to speak with you today. And it's so awesome to be a recycling ambassador, and to help carry on your mission and share it with my little neighborhood here in Connecticut.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Libby.
Thanks. Have an awesome day.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Yay. Let me stop
Oh,
recording.
that was fun.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did it not record?
No, it did.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
still
Okay, it
recording. I
did.
think
There
it
you go.
says
I was like,
still
whoa.
recording.